In the previous video, I was talking about the need to go beyond systems of thought, systems of understanding, particularly systems of spiritual understanding. And this current verse, verse 597, consolidates this. When a dissolution somewhere takes place among the members of the system, such existence ceases as is discriminated by the philosophers by means of such categories as oneness and separateness. So I think members of the system should really be components of the system. And dissolution is when you let go of it. Let go of it. If you've tuned into this video, then you're probably interested in Buddhism. And the thing about Buddhism is, it's so vast, and you've got to make quite an effort to get into it. There's a lot of landmarks you need to assimilate, a lot of ideas that you need to assimilate. And why not? This is fine, it's quite good. It's quite good to try and get your head around these things and do some meditation as well. But it's also very easy to get into the habit of feeling that everything will bear fruit in the future. You make all this effort of study and meditation and practicing your precepts and getting involved in your local Buddhist group and perhaps follow your guru around or whatever. An assumption settles in that you're doing everything you can and things will then take care of themselves, and at some point in the future you'll get your due rewards. Now, if you're happy with that lifestyle, there's no need to stop it. But this video is not addressed to you. If that's the way you are and you're happy getting on with that, that's fine, by all means continue. But these videos are for those who are really ready to enter into enlightenment. And there are a lot of people that I would think believe that this applies to them. And there are a great deal of groups around, especially online and Facebook or whatever, of people who are tuned into this. Although personally I tend to keep away from such groups. You get a lot of people expressing their understanding. And I'm personally not particularly interested in that. What I need is reminders to realization. So this is what this verse is about. Talking in terms of oneness and separateness, for example. When you're simply expressing your understanding, then you're philosophizing. Again, there's nothing wrong with that in itself, but let's not confuse it with practicing. Let's not confuse it with realization. And what about these videos here? Is this not what I'm doing, expressing my understanding? Well, I hope not, because it's not my understanding. I'm communicating the scriptures. I'm pointing things out. I'm pointing things out. I'm saying, hey, look at this. Look at what it says here. Do you see the territory that this is referring to? So these verses are not about ideas. They're not about expressing understanding through ideas. They're about pointing things out. There's no system being communicated here. There's no understanding being communicated here. So this oneness and separateness, It's quite a popular one with spiritual understanding. It's possible it's having a little dig here at the Hindu understanding, actually, of all these individual souls being part of the one cosmic soul, and how the individual souls must realize their nature as part of the one soul. So you move from a sense of separateness to oneness. So that's quite a nice understanding, isn't it? And from that you can develop all sorts of systems of practicing in thought. Personally though, I have no relationship with these terms, oneness and separateness. I don't feel separate, and I don't feel separateness, and I don't feel oneness. The next verse also has a go at two other descriptions in terms of being and non-being. But I think I'll leave that to the next video. And I want to pick up on something that I've mentioned recently on the rainbow body. Because it's all very fine to talk about disengaging from systems of spiritual understanding. And these teachings are often expressed very much in terms of letting go. And I feel personally that I have to counterbalance this sometimes and answer the question, or give some indication of what we're letting it all go for. We're letting it all go for awareness. When we let everything go, when we let all our thought constructions go, we come back to pure awareness, which perhaps doesn't sound very interesting or very exciting, but we need to explore that awareness. We need to explore it. This is part of our practice. If it doesn't seem very exciting when we come back to awareness, if you think, yes, I'm centered, I'm aware, but so what? Well then, we have to look for any mood tone that's crept in, perhaps a fundamental mood tone, a rather heavy one. So in this awareness, we need to be quite thorough in our awareness, and to take a look at the colours of this awareness. And these colours are wonderfully represented in the image of the rainbow body. And this is a pre-Buddhist teaching from Tibet, the rainbow body. And I might have a picture of a rainbow body. One moment. Yes, I think I've got one here. Here we have one. And this is Tapihritsa, who's supposed to have achieved the rainbow body. And if you look up in the article in Wikipedia, well, once Wikipedia lets us down a little bit, it's regarded as a physical phenomenon that certain gurus exhibit. We can access it for ourselves, because this rainbow body is all the colours, presents us with the colours of the attention, the colours of awareness. So when we're aware, when we come back to our awareness, which is simple enough, we first of all identify any mood tones that are clouding the picture somewhat, and then we take a look for some of the colours here. The colours Well, one colour is lovingness, and another is capacious acceptance. Another is bliss. Another is miraculousness. Another is freshness. It's always fresh. It's always new. There's also a mischievous humour. It's like it's saying, here I am. Here I am after all. After all your serious hunting and searching. Gooey. A mischievous humour. There's a sense of being at home. This is great return. These are some of the colours of the awareness. They're not ideas. It's not about a certain understanding. It's about looking for yourself and experiencing these colours directly. These different hues. And in this way, we're accessing the rainbow body.